Dr. Steve Craig is the director of our feed mill operations here at Bell. He has more than 25 years of experience in the fish nutrition side, and I just want to have a talk with you, Steve, about fish nutrition and how we've seen that change over your 25 years and what the industry or how the industry has shifted in those years.
Sure, Norm. Thanks for that. Aquaculture's changed dramatically over the last 25 years, and from the nutrition standpoint, we've followed that trend in terms of increased production. In the past, the reliance on fish meal has been basically because fish ate fish, and that was the easy alternative. When we started looking at alternative proteins in the past, it was mainly in response to increases and spikes in the prices of fish meal. But none of that was ever really incorporated into commercial settings. So we were the first company to actually produce commercially a fish meal free diet for marine carnivorous fish. We applied those technologies with yellow perch, and we found that they work with other fish species. Fish don't require fish meal per se, they require specific components of fish meal. So as long as you satisfy those requirements for those micronutrients, then you don't need fish meal at all in these formulations for optimal growth and health and the well-being of the fish.
So Steve, when I look at the feed mill that Bell has developed and some unique opportunities of developing feeds for specific life stages or for specific systems or designs, engineering designs, do you see that as a real possibility as moving forward?
Sure, I think we have some fantastic opportunities. For one, we're a smaller feed mill. We're getting started. We have very good connections within the alternative protein communities. So a lot of these smaller companies that are starting to focus on alternative proteins, such as mixed nut meals or algae-based feeds, they come to us first because we're small, they're small, and we can actually ramp up together and evaluate these feeds on a commercial basis. So it makes for really good partnerships within the industry.
One of the things that I see as a unique opportunity from Bell's perspective is that we can combine the biology with the fish nutrition side to get a result that is data, documented, driven decisions. And I believe that's a real strong point of our company.
Exactly, Norm. We are totally different and unique in feed mill operations in that our R&D department is headed by a former medical research scientist. So we apply a different level of research and development on our feeds and our innovations. And we've actually tied micronutrient availability back down to the physiological needs of the animal. So it produces a totally unique feed that's optimized for the physiology and the biology of the animal and not just some specific nutrient requirement.
And one of the things that I'm excited about is that we now have a feed mill and we are a fish producer. So we're the guys that are making a feed, but we're also feeding it to our own fish. And what type of dynamic impact do you think that has on the industry?
I think it's totally unique. I think when you go to a fish farmer, I mean, these guys are out there struggling, trying to grow fish, trying to make a living. And when they're buying a bag feed off the shelf, it's not really a partnership. And that's what we want to strive to do. All the feeds that we're going to sell to outside customers are tested in our facility. And we're fish farmers too, so we understand the importance and the impacts that feed can have on a production facility and the bottom line.
Well, Steve, it's been great talking with you. It's great that you're part of Bell and just the unique development we're doing here. So I want to thank you for that.
Thank you, Norm. We're very excited to be here, and we're ready to change the industry.